everybody, welcome to the very first episode of the In Between podcast. We are so excited.
This is like
So
a dream
excited.
of ours. I
Yes.
think we decided to do a podcast back in November, I believe.
November 15th.
Yeah, November 15th. It was a
Yeah.
very hey, want to do a podcast type,
right before youth group.
a very 15-minute conversation of let's do a podcast, let's do it when we meet at Christmas, and nothing's stopping us and no one is telling us not to do it. So don't take that as advice. No one's telling me not to do it. I was you go and break the law. But no one's saying this is a bad idea. Or, no one's saying hey, I don't think this would be wise. There's nothing stopping us or getting in our way with it. So it's very exciting, and I think we had a countdown on Instagram for a month actually. I think it was a month and 14 days all the way down to where it's all zeros, and that was a monumental time for us.
Yeah.
So we are so excited to get
We actually
this rolling.
have some videos of when we were younger, because we used to make YouTube videos for this YouTube channel.
Oh yeah, they were called Kendalia videos.
Yeah, we can show you at the end actually.
Yeah, we could add some clips in there. Hopefully if we are able to, if our editing skills are that well or that good, but we're not sure. But to really get the ball rolling on this episode, I think the first thing we can do is a get to know you, ask each other questions, because we don't want to be just strangers in front of a camera. We want to be we want you to know us, we want you to get to know us, and we really think we could build a nice community with this, and we're really excited for it.
We want you guys to be able to have a community. If you don't, this can be your community.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask us questions, give us insight on what you think we should do, or ideas, or something that we need to change. Anything.
We're open. We're very open. Positive criticism,
no negative.
It's a very positive space actually. We just want to. This isn't something that we plan on becoming huge.
Yeah.
It's just a fun, hey, let's do it type of thing.
It's something. Because we've been looking for podcasts. Because we haven't. I mean,
there are good podcasts out there, but
just none that really relate to us. So
why don't we just start one that could possibly relate to others? Type of podcast.
There's a lot of really good. Mm-hmm. One that I really love is Girls Gone Bible. I love them. They're really good.
Yeah, those are good.
But we just we're that's so cool. Let's make them.
Yeah, we think this will be fun, and we think we can carry this on for years. That's our plan.
To be able to do other things, watch it's entertainment.
Minor inconveniences when mics are off during the first episode. Yeah, happens all the time actually.
Yeah, they're dying.
They're dying,
but it's okay.
That's okay. As long as we get this video out and fast, we'll be fine. So to get the ball rolling, I think we can answer just a few questions. I think 3 fun facts and a get to know you question. I'll ask her a question and she can ask me one. Do you want to go first?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. You can go first.
So I'm Aaliyah. I am 15. I'm a freshman in high school. I work for my cousin at a co-op, and I have the opportunity to be able to help with the younger kids who aren't exactly.
Do you want this while you answer questions and then pass it back to me? I'll take the one that's dead and we'll just pass it back and forth when it's our turn.
Okay. That's my bad. I have the opportunity to be able to play and help watch some of the younger kids who aren't exactly in school level, kindergarten yet. So that's really fun. It's super fun. They're super sweet.
That sounds really fun.
Yeah. Actually. But another fun fact is I'm actually online school. So I'm not exactly homeschooled, but I do everything online, which is really nice. It's really convenient.
It's very convenient.
Yeah. So it's really good because that means I'm able to I get to go watch the younger kids at the co-op. So it's really fun. It's really cool. It's a really new experience for me. But, yeah, that's pretty much it. Oh, also another one. I really like the Yankees. All-time favorite team. If you don't know who they are, they're a baseball team in New York. So it's pretty cool.
That's fun. A question. I'm talking louder because I don't have a mic that's working. But thank you. A question that I will have for you is, what's your dream vacation spot? Like, if you could go on vacation anywhere, where would it be?
A dream vacation spot would probably be. That's my bad. Sorry if that was really loud, but it would probably be. It's hard.
I feel like you'd like the Bahamas.
The Bahamas, yes.
The beach spot.
The Bahamas. Anything to do with the beach. I love the beach. I genuinely love the beach. Like that is my all-time favorite place.
Yeah.
She's actually going to the Bahamas, which
she's so mad at me because I was invited.
Hey, I'm not that mad, but I'm still mad.
To the Bahamas for like a senior trip, or like a cruise to the Bahamas for a senior trip, and she wasn't very happy.
I'm happy that she gets to go, but
she's happy that I get to experience it, but then she's mad that she's not coming along with me.
Yeah, bro. I love the beach. But yeah, that's pretty much it for me.
Those yours?
Okay.
Yeah. My turn. I would say that my first fun fact is I work at a coffee shop. I'm addicted to coffee, and I'm 17, so you shouldn't really be addicted to coffee at my age.
Who are you?
Oh, who am I? I'm Kendon. I'm the second name in the podcast. I forgot to introduce myself.
You're good, bro.
But yes, I'm Kendon. I'm 17, and I'm a senior in high school. So I'm almost done. I'm so excited to just be done with it. But there you go. We're screen mirroring, so as the phone shuts off, our logo goes away. So we have to like constantly be pressing on the phone to make sure it's still rolling. But yeah, addicted to coffee, work at a coffee shop, love it. It was my first job, and it's probably the best first job I've ever had. It's amazing people there. Another fun fact, if I could go anywhere, like if you ask me where do you want to travel to today, I would say Lake Ann Camp. It's up in Michigan. I lived there when I was younger, and it was probably the most amazing, spiritually powerful places I've ever been to. Very God-centered, very amazing people, and you make the best memories, like core childhood memories are made at Lake Ann Camp. And lifelong friends. Aaliyah and I were in a cabin together in their senior high program. So they have like multiple programs going from like young to like when you graduate out of high school. And so Aaliyah and I were in the senior high program, and we were in a cabin together. And it was so fun because we instantly became friends with the girls in our cabin, and then we instantly became friends with our brother cabin. And we were so like glad, first of all, because we're always nervous about brother cabins.
Yes,
if they're like gonna be good.
Cabins.
And sister cabins. We're nervous about the people we get put with, but we hit like the jackpot. Like it was the most amazing group we've ever been in.
For sure.
Lifelong friends. I think we text them every once in a while, and we just love them to death. They're amazing people. And so Lake Ann Camp would definitely be the number one spot for me. So that's another fun fact for me. And then I believe my third one would have to be my college. Because I'm a senior, I like got accepted into college, and I'm going to Cedarville University. So excited for that. My brother is going to be on campus with me, so I'm really excited for that as well. And then I know my roommate. I'm friends with my roommate already. So we're going to pick each other. And I'm really glad that I'm going to have a roommate that I enjoy, and a roommate that I really get along with. Because sometimes you get lucky, sometimes you don't. And I really got lucky in the roommate department. But I think, do you ask me a question? I think you do ask me a question.
Yeah. So,
no. Sorry, there are people coming downstairs. And
I'll get it after. Okay. Thanks, Ava. If you were to go anywhere besides Lake Ann, where would you go? To vacation.
That's actually a really good question. I would say Italy. I love everything Italian.
That's pretty good.
I love the food. I love the culture. The language. I think the Italian language is so cool, and I just love anything Italian. It's just I think that would be like the number one spot for me to go to. Yeah. So I think that would be it. And I believe the second thing we're planning on doing is like our testimonies, as in like another like a deeper level of getting to know us in a way. This podcast is centered around God, and what we put in our description is living life with Jesus as the first, family, food, and laughter. Food is because we're like foodies and we can't not eat food ever. And so Jesus is always going to be the center. He's the center of everything. And so we plan on really doing more of like a Jesus focused episode the first time. And he's going to be in all of our episodes, but this one is like just testimonies, a very serious episode, and we're just hoping that through this we can encourage some of you and we can be like a light for Christ in a way. Because testimonies sometimes they're very hard to share and they're not always a easy thing to talk about, and you have to be very open, you have to be very vulnerable in a way to share your testimony. And I've got a lot of practice sharing testimonies from Lake Ann, because when you become a captain of your group, so you're like one of the head people to do like chants and like win points for the team, you share your testimony on Thursday night around like a fire with your group. And so I had to do that. I had to do it twice, a year before then, and then a year this time when I was with her. And it was a very vulnerable thing. And when I shared my testimony, I didn't expect anyone to relate. I didn't expect anyone to really listen, honestly. Because sometimes it's just awkward and people just like zone out and all that. But afterwards, people talked to me about it. And people said, hey, when you said that, it really resonated with me. And it really made sense. And it actually showed me something of how you worked through it. And it was very encouraging and gift in a way. Like God gifted me that opportunity to do that. And I was so, so thankful. And so we wanted to experience that with you guys. And we wanted to experience our testimony, like sharing testimonies with you, you getting to know us, and God just being center of it all. And I think that would be an amazing way to open up our podcast. And either one of us, do you want me to go first since I have the mic and then pass it to you for yours? Okay, perfect. Let's see. I was born and raised in a Christian home. My parents raised my siblings and I to love the Lord with all our heart, soul, mind, and strength. And I think they did a great job with that. My brother is at Cedarville right now. He's going to be a pastor. I'm going to be a physical therapist, and then my younger brother, I think he wants to be a pastor, and then my sister wants to be like a firefighter. She goes between firefighter and ballerina. It's like one of those two, which are like complete opposites. But she's 6, so she doesn't really know yet. But I was born and raised Christian home. Parents love the Lord. Family loves the Lord. Always surrounded by people that love the Lord. So it was a great place. Mindset. It was a great mindset to be raised in, as in like we would pray every night, pray at every meal. We would always talk about God around our meal times, and then we would go to church every Sunday. And that was amazing. That aspect of my life was amazing. Between I think 5 years, I think we moved around 8 times in 5 years, which is crazy to think about. And it kind of hurt in a way. Like you would make a friend and then you would move like 10 months afterwards. So you didn't have a lot of time to be with certain people. And it definitely made it hard for me to make friends. I was a lonely person when I was younger. Like I would have friends, but I wasn't really close with any of them type. And so I was so excited to finally be planted in a church and to finally go to high school. And high school was like, I'm grown up. I can go to high school. I'll get my license soon. I'll be an adult soon. It was just that mindset of like, I'm getting older. I get more responsibility. I get more trust, all that stuff. And so I get into high school, and freshman and sophomore year were amazing. I had amazing friends. I had a best friend, and we were inseparable. Like we would hang out every weekend. We were in the same classes. It was amazing. Made amazing memories with her, and I'll always cherish memories that I make with people. So I'll always cherish memories I made with her. And around, let's see, this summer before junior year, I found out that I was diagnosed with psoriasis. Um, and the way I found that out was I would have buildup of skin on my scalp, and I would have red dots all over my arms, all over my stomach, and all over my legs. And those dots would turn into patches, which would be like red and irritated and then flaky. And then they leave little dots or like spots all over your legs. And so that's how I found out. And I went and I told my mom. And so we went to the doctor's office, and he was like, "Hey, you have psoriasis. It's incurable. Like, it will never stop. You'll always have it." And so hearing that, and like, I never gotten into big trouble. Why is this happening to me? And I feel like a lot of people can resonate with that. Like, I'm a good person. Why is God doing this to me in a way? And so I was really stressed out, and I was really angry. I was angry at God for doing this to me. He's like, because I remember praying, like, there are murderers out there. There are bad people out there. Why isn't this happening to them? Why is it happening to me? Um, and so it kept getting worse. It kept getting worse. At one point, my hair was falling out. So I had quarter-sized bald spots all over my head. My eyelashes were falling out. I had dry skin in my eyebrows. So it was visible. People saw what was going on. And I was embarrassed. I was such an insecure person. I would hide. I wouldn't talk to anyone. I would try to be put in situations where I could hide behind objects. I hid behind chairs and tables. Like, I would sit at a table and I would just like scrunch up into a little ball. Hey.
Sorry, our camera died.
So we had to like charge the camera and then come back to it.
Yeah.
So I think where we left off was talking about my psoriasis. To just like speed through that, I guess, I became a very insecure person. Very depressed, very insecure. And in that, hiding from my friends, all of that stuff was really bad for my self-esteem. And so I kind of hated the way I looked, and I hated the way I was. Like, initially hated myself. So that was never a very good mindset to have. And after that, dealing with the school issues I dealt with, having my best friend leave me, being replaced, being bullied, and bullied out of school in a way, wasn't helping at all. It was very bad, very depressing. I was a very depressed person, and I didn't trust anyone either. And it led to not trusting God. So I was mad at God for all of these things happening to me, my psoriasis, the bullying, and leaving my school because my character was attacked. And because of all those things, I was mad. I hated that I was the one dealing with it. I was like, there are murderers out there. There are bad people out there. Why can't they deal with what I deal with instead of me having to deal with it? And so I wasn't a very happy person with God, and that led to me not trusting him. I stopped reading my Bible. I stopped praying. I stopped paying attention in church, which is awful. And I was angry, unforgiving, and that's how I lived my life for a long time. And then I went to camp that next summer. I went to camp, and I met amazing people there. Aaliyah and I went at the same time, and we were in the same cabin. And because I didn't trust anyone, I was just a nervous wreck. I was nervous about the girls in our cabin. I was nervous about our brother cabin, and I was scared that they weren't going to like me because I was bullied for the way I looked, the way I acted, the way I talked, because I didn't swear. I used to not wear makeup, and the way I talked, I didn't swear, basically. And the way I didn't wear the new style, like I didn't have the clothes. I wasn't allowed to wear the crop tops or the mini skirts and stuff like that. So I was definitely bullied for that, and I feared that the people at camp would bully for me for that as well. And so when I met my sister Kevin, I think we instantly became friends. They were an amazing, amazing group. And
our brother Kevin.
And our brother Kevin.
We had a good group.
We had an amazing group. I think we honestly had the best group there. So we definitely hit the jackpot there. And I was nominated to be captain that week, which is like you lead your cabin group in chants, and you help lead them to win points and all that stuff. And I was nervous because after being captain 2 years before that, I realized I have to share my testimony, and I have to trust them, and I have to be vulnerable with them. And we get to that night where I share it, and we share it at an event called the Quaker Fire. And the Quaker Fire is like your whole group gets around and you're just vulnerable. And I was so scared. But the words just spilled out of me. And I definitely felt like it was the Holy Spirit. As in, like, you need to do this. This is going to be good for you. And you're going to grow through this. And I did. I definitely did. And I didn't think my testimony could resonate with anyone. I didn't think anyone would relate to me. But then I had people come up to me afterwards like, hey, what you said was so encouraging. And what you said is an amazing example of who you are and where you have been and how you have come here. And I was so, so thankful for that night. And it was an amazing night for me. And moving on through that, I learned to trust again. I learned to be vulnerable and be open with people, which I wasn't for a long time. Almost a year, I kept everything inside. And I never shared my feelings. I never shared my emotions or what I thought about certain things. And it was so relieving and freeing. And the weight just lifted off my shoulders. And it was amazing. And I was so glad to be done with it. And when you're at camp, everything from your past is left behind. So my school issues, I left my medication behind. It was amazing. It was freeing. And I believe that was a gift, and that's why I was there. I think I was at Lake Ann at that time for me to learn the lesson of why God has been putting me through this. And it's to be a light for him. And it's to trust him more and realize he has a plan for my life. And I need to trust his plan because his plan is the best one. And so I've been growing and I'm getting stronger. My psoriasis, I'm kicking its butt right now. I'm healthy, happy, and I'm living for Christ. And I think that's where I'm at so far. And I'm just glad that I'm able to share this in a podcast with my cousin and with people like you guys. And hopefully I can resonate with some of you and you can relate to what I'm saying. Because that's a gift that God's given me is I am a regular person. Yes, I'm Christian. That doesn't make us amazing. Doesn't make us higher than anyone else. I'm a person and I deal with awful things. But that's okay because it's all in God's plan. And so that's my testimony. Aaliyah, I think it's your turn.
It's pretty good. I was born and raised in a Christian home. I still am because I'm only 15. But thank you. Sorry, we have to like keep on tapping.
We're screen mirroring, and if the phone shuts off, our logo goes away. So we have to constantly tap it.
Yeah, but I gave my life to Christ at the age of 6, and was baptized at the age of 7. So all of that was in 1st grade. But yeah, I really wanted to know God. I had an urge to know God, like everybody does. Everybody has that. There's something in them that just calls them to God, and it's really cool actually. But I couldn't find him. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like I couldn't. Not that I couldn't find him, but I didn't know how to build a relationship with him or how to talk to him.
Mm-hmm.
Or I didn't feel like I was good enough for him, or like yeah, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like I didn't feel like I deserved to know him. So I kind of just shut off, and I was like, no,
it's definitely
I can deal with this when I'm older.
Yeah, it's definitely that baby mindset of like,
yeah, which
baby
is
Christian
not good
type mindset. No. But we always grow, and you grew, so.
Yeah. But it can definitely hurt you, and that's exactly what it did for me. I ended up really losing a lot of close people, especially people from my youth group, and that's something that's really not good because your youth group and your friends are some of the most important people in your life, especially your family too. But yeah, I kind of just pushed all the people I cared about away because I didn't want to open up to people about what I was struggling with. Like, it felt like I wasn't a good Christian. You enjoying this Oreo? Okay, keep going. Thank you, Kyron. No, you're good. Thank you.
Sorry about that.
And then I hit 4th grade, and that's when everything went into shutdown because of quarantine. And I think that time in life was really hard for everybody because everybody just felt separated, like you couldn't communicate with anybody well, and you just us humans need to be with people, so it's not good. So it really hit me hard. I became really depressed, kind of shut off my emotions and my feelings, so I didn't really feel anything. And I didn't have the best thoughts ever. They weren't good. Like, they were like, why, what's the purpose of living? Those were my questions in my
why
head.
be here type?
Yeah.
Okay.
That would go through my head. Why be here? What's the purpose of living if I'm not good enough for God? Like, why would he put me through this? But what I learned was we are here to be a light for others, and we are here to spread the good news, and that is why he placed us here. And even though you're struggling, it doesn't mean God doesn't love you or that he placed you here just to like live a miserable life. That's reality of sin. That was reality of the fall. That we are going to struggle, we are going to feel pain.
Yeah.
And that's just life, and that's why we need to get closer to God, and we need to have good friends, good Christian friends. But yeah, that's something I really struggled with. But I ended up going to camp in 6th grade. Well, my summer going.
So, sorry about that. The first time we had to stop, our camera died. And the second time we had to stop, our mics died. So hopefully nothing else dies. Hopefully this doesn't give us difficulties. We have someone controlling it from back there. So hopefully it doesn't go wrong. And then hopefully everything runs smoothly for the rest of the video. Yeah. So I believe where we left off was you were talking about being in 6th grade and going to Lake Ann for camps.
So in 6th grade, I was going into 6th grade that summer. I went to camp. I had an amazing counselor. She really helped me understand that my sin does not define me, and that being a child of God is what defines me. And it was really cool experience. I really got closer to God, and it really just set me on fire for him. It really made me want to continue,
like long for him.
Yeah, in life, and to continue to grow my faith with him. And so I went back to school. It wasn't the best experience. I had a really hard time. We can go into school life for me.
I think we're planning on doing that in a different episode.
Yeah. But we went back to school. School ends at my old school. School ends at 8th grade, so we ended that. And yeah, I've been doing super good. This summer,
I mixed up this summer.
Yeah, it's been super good. I loved Camp this year. It was amazing. Made some amazing friends, lifelong friends. Got to see some friends who are my life, who will be in my life forever. But yeah, it was super cool, super fun experience. It was my first year in senior high, and my last one with Ken.
We're not going the same week next year. Yeah. And it's my last week of summer camp, so we won't be in the cabin.
But that's pretty much my story. I'm doing good right now. Doing good. But yeah, that's it.
It's fun to hear each other's testimonies and realize we're still growing. Like, things have happened to us that make us who we are, and telling our testimonies is like our path of our faith journey, like just the journey and the path that we've taken and the path that God has given us, and we're just so thankful to be able to share it with you guys. And we're so thankful that we're able to do a podcast, and we're being able to talk to you guys and be genuine and be vulnerable and open and get to know you. And so we're very excited to
start this journey with you guys. So,
and I think
you guys so much watching.
Closing out, we could pray.
Yeah.
How about I start and then you finish, and then we'll wrap it up and then we'll go. All right. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, I thank you so much for this day, and I thank you for the opportunity for Aaliyah and I to start a podcast for your glory, God. And I pray that through the difficulties that we've struggled with so far and through the technical issues we've had, I pray that it all just starts to run more smoothly. And I thank you for our lives and for the journeys we've had, and I pray for the audience and for their lives and their journeys, and I pray that our testimonies were really able to relate to them, and I hope that they were able to resonate with us. And I just thank you so much, Lord.
Dear God, thank you for this day. Thank you for this opportunity to be able to unite as a community of fellow believers and really just express how we feel and really open up to each other. I pray that we will be able to reach the right people and really help others see that they're not alone and we're in this together. Thank you for all of your care and love on all of us, God. In your name, amen.
Amen.
Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys in another episode.
We'll see you guys next time. Thank you.
Dancing the Nutcracker. We're just calling it the Nutcracker because it's Christmas. It's not actually the Nutcracker. Okay, so first I really wanted to show you our pet snake. Her name is Jellybean.